Hey guys, Charles Floate here and welcome to my e-commerce SEO video. In this video I'll be running through some white hat strategies and techniques that we use at my e-commerce SEO agency to get massive amounts of increased organic revenue on websites and client websites specifically. Of course, we cannot use any blackout or risky strategies for our client websites because we are based on a revenue share and we are contracted in with them. So all of these results have been based on purely white hat SEO techniques and I will be running through them with you throughout this video. Before I show you some examples of sites that we've been able to increase massively, if you're actually an e-commerce business owner and you're interested in outsourcing your SEO and looking for a partner to do that, we work on a revenue share basis at my agency. There's a link in the description down below. The more money you make from the site, the more money we make. So it's a win-win situation for all of us. And we have never had an unsatisfied client. As the first example, this is a UK-based client that we've managed to get to 212% organic revenue increase in just 6 months' time. That's from under £13,000 a month to nearly £30,000 every week. Sorry, not per month. So the organic revenue increase on this has been absolutely phenomenal. And then again, we've got a US-based client here where we've been able to do a 457% organic revenue increase in just 4 months' time. This client is over the moon that they've signed with us for very obvious reasons, going from about $3,500 per week to nearly $20,000 per week in organic revenue. We've been able to do some massive amounts of case studies and we'll be sure to release more of them in the future. In this video, I'll be running you through some of the strategies and some of the techniques that I have used to achieve these insane results. So when you first start your campaign, or when you're first looking to start this campaign, you want to do your initial analysis straight off the bat. This is quite time consuming and it takes quite a high level of technical prowess to be able to pull this stuff off, but it is what is going to fundamentally kickstart your entire campaign, and it is the foundation of any good campaign that you start on. This is a list of things that we start doing straight off the bat when we have access to analytics and when we have access to the website and data itself. I recommend you have access to Ahrefs for this. We have the agency level subscription. It is $1,000 a month, which is quite insane, but we require that level of data to be able to accurately gauge what kind of competition and what kind of sites we are going to be able to do. This is also, we do smaller levels of this when we're doing proposals so that we have an accurate idea of how much budget we're going to need to be able to outrank the competition and what we can ideally charge in terms of our revenue share model on the organic sales. So first of all, we look at current rankings of keywords. This is just the current rankings and positions of the site in comparison to its competitors. And then we look at keyword research. This is all based on the current rankings. We go on a page-by-page level and start doing intricate keyword research to look at what keywords we can start optimizing and targeting for that are going to see the highest levels of returns. As a prime example of this, we have a software client. Previously to working with us, they were ranking tons of keywords for download-based keywords, but we ended up changing the entire website to buyer intent related keywords. Things like buy, things like cheap, things like sale. This saw a massive drop in organic traffic, but about a 4 or 5 times increase in organic revenue. That's because most people who are searching for download related keywords aren't looking to purchase something. Most people searching for buy and cheap related keywords are looking to buy something. It's just buyer intent related keyword research. Then we do competitor analysis. This is on a page-by-page level. Obviously, within e-commerce SEO, you are doing mostly specific pages when you're actually trying to rank, and what we do is we analyze each of the pages that are making the most money, which is the finding high value pages of our analytics bit there. We look at pages that are converting well. We then look at the competing pages that are outranking these pages and look at keywords there and look at how they're outranking them and why. This is really important that you do on a page-by-page level. You cannot just look at an overall website and start optimizing it. You need to do e-commerce SEO on a page-by-page level to get the highest amount of returns. Remember, it doesn't matter so much about traffic. You are looking specifically to get that organic revenue increase. So you want to be doing your keywords based on what is going to convert the best. Then we look at on-page auditing and link profile auditing. Both of these are just fairly simple stuff. You want to basically audit the entire website and link profile and on-page stuff and then strategize around how you're going to execute building that. It's fairly simple from me saying that, but it's actually quite detailed when you start looking at the intricacies of those specific things. Once you've done that and you've got the initial analysis out of the way, you want to start doing your on-page scraping. We internally use a program called Deepcrawl. It is, again, quite expensive to use all these tools, but you can also use alternatives such as Screaming Frog, which is only a yearly subscription of £100. We then export all of this data so that we can have a list that we can access, and then we start rewriting all the meta titles on a page-by-page level. It is insane how many e-commerce websites out there do not do custom meta titles on a page-by-page level. This is something that is going to make you miss out on tons of opportunities, because meta titles, regardless of what people say, actually have quite a big influence on the SERPs, and we've seen massive increases in organic revenue just by changing and optimizing titles. We actually had one client that we worked with at the start. Every single page on his site had the exact same meta title on a 10,000 word page. So we ended up getting a VA to rewrite all of them based on our keyword research. Obviously that VA is trained. You will have to train your own VA if you want to go ahead and do this, which is a bit of a pain in the ass to do, because rewriting 10,000 meta titles is not the funnest job in the world. But we saw a massive increase in traffic as soon as we rewrote all of those meta titles and re-indexed the entire website. Again, you want to be using natural and optimized titles. This will all be based upon your keyword research that you have done in the initial stages. Then we look at category and money page content. Again, only use one H1 per page. I don't know how many times I've gone onto a website and people are using 10 H1s on a page. A H1 is supposed to be your first heading, the only heading on a page. Do not use more than one. We then look at optimizing the H2s for specific keywords, again, based upon the keyword research that we did previously. And we sometimes add in a table of contents depending on if that page is looking optimally looking for that or not. Obviously, a table of contents helps you actually get the jump to in the SERPs, which allows you to then have rank higher for specific keywords, but that's a different video for a different time. Again, at the end we use TF IDF, which is a algorithm that basically figures out keyword density and things on a more optimal level against competing pages and things, and then we use that to figure out levels of keyword insertion. It's not keyword density, because we obviously use variations of keywords, and that is specifically we use it against a lot of competitor analysis of content. Using TF-IDF is quite complicated. I suggest looking up a tutorial on how to use it if you're looking to do some high-value content optimization. Then we go into link sculpting. We optimize pre-existing internal links. We can use Screaming Frog, or we can use Deepcrawl to export all of the internal links on them, and then we can look at rewriting and optimizing them. We looked actually at a client that we had, who was actually our first client, who's in the furniture niche. They actually had 258 internal links of the exact same anchor text. So we ended up changing every single one of those 258 anchor texts to be variations of partial and exact match keywords. You can go a lot higher with anchor text ratios on OnPage SEO rather than external SEO. So we tried to basically use exact and partial match on every internal link, but we try and make sure every one of those keywords and of the exact and partial match is different, so we don't repeat the same anchor text over and over again. Then we look at creating a content calendar around the anchors that we want to rank for. This is if we can't get enough keywords into those pre-existing internal links. Creating a content calendar is quite difficult, and you need clients that have got pre-existing access to writers and things, or you can actually upsell the content yourself as part of the deal as well. We then also do link asset creation. This is things like infographics, histories, timelines, guides, tutorials, and video content. This is purely because it's actually pretty difficult to get bloggers and get other websites to link specifically to category pages for e-commerce, because who the hell wants to link to a category page unless you're referring someone to actually go and buy something? So what we do is we actually create these link assets, and then we build links to those and use internal links via exact and partial match anchor texts to be able to rank those pages internally, rather than having to build links directly to the category pages themselves. We've seen massive amounts of success with this, and actually some of our link assets have kind of gone viral. They've hit the first page of subreddits and hit various amounts of things, so they've actually seen a large amount of traffic, which then in turn drives your rankings up even more, because traffic is starting to be more and more of a metric in terms of Google's ranking ability for it. Then in terms of the actual link building itself, we do Wikipedia page creation for most of our clients. This is actually something that a lot of clients are really up for, and actually helps get the knowledge graph in the SERP, which quite a few clients specifically don't have if they don't have a physical address as well. So it really helps get that knowledge graph in the SERPs. We then do social linking. A lot of our clients that we've actually taken on for some reason haven't linked back to their website from their Twitter profile or from their Instagram or from their Facebook, whatever. We just go through and make sure that those are all audited, and then we also make sure that they're signed up for all of them. You can use a site called Noem, which is noem.com, to basically find all of the available social profiles that you can register for those specific for your specific brand terms. We then do Reddit links. What I was talking about earlier with Reddit, it's a fantastic traffic source. Even though the bounce rate's pretty high and you don't see a large amount of traffic that will actually convert on the website. What you do get is links. If you submit a post and you actually put the link in the description on Reddit, you will get a do follow link from a relevant subreddit on Reddit, which is a gigantic domain, and that link is quite high valuable. And what we actually do sometimes is build tier 2 links to those Reddit links so that we're actually powering them up even more. Then we generally do a large-scale guest posting campaign. Most of the clients that we've taken on, we build 100 or so guest posts within the first few months. We've seen massive amounts of results, and despite what Google is saying, guest posting is still extremely strong in 2018. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. You can follow me on Twitter @Charles_SEO or on Facebook, facebook.com/TheCharlesFloat. If you're an e-commerce site owner and you're looking for someone to actually do SEO on a organic revenue share basis so that we will promote your site and you'll get more money from us doing the work and we'll get more money in turn, so it's a win-win basis. Again, we've never had an unhappy client. You can contact us at SEOai.co.uk. I've been Charles Float. I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.